Yo, what is up guys? Today, I'm going to show you how to go buy a used motorcycle here in Victoria. If you're in a different state, you'll just have to make sure that the information I give you here is applicable to your state. We're going to switch to a voiceover for audio quality. This video is for those of you who are looking to get into biking but are a little unsure about purchasing via a private sale. Why choose a used bike over a brand spanking new one from the dealer? Well, firstly, it's going to be a decent amount cheaper. The first buyer of the bike will be copping all of that initial depreciation, and in general, a used bike with a few Ks on it is going to be a whole lot cheaper than a fresh one off the showroom floor. The second reason is that this is your first bike. You're going to be a little rough on it while you learn. Chances are you'll even drop it. It'll hurt much less if it's already slightly used as opposed to brand new. Jitten found a bike that he liked on Marketplace. This particular one was advertised with registration and a roadworthy. If you're new to all of this, I highly recommend pursuing bikes with rego and roadworthy. We did a bit of investigating before committing to a purchase. The first thing we did was call the seller to get an idea of their personality and chat about the bike. During this call, we obtained the rego number and looked it up on the VicRoads site to obtain its VIN. With the VIN, we performed a PPSR check to ensure it was free of finance and had no theft or written off history. This is a $2 check that should be done nowhere but on the official government website. We were happy with the call and everything checked out, so it was time for an in-person inspection. Inspecting a bike requires a different video of its own, so we'll skip that for now, but there are plenty of good guides online. During this inspection is where you want to make sure the rego and the VIN the owner provided you matches the ones physically on the bike. This bike's roadworthy certificate had already been obtained, so we checked that the VIN on that was matching the one on the bike too. Everything checked out and the bike was in good nick, so we proceeded with the purchase. This is so much easier now that it can be done completely online. Make sure you have a VicRoads account set up in your name with your license number ready to go. In most cases, if you're happy with the bike and decide to buy it, the seller will need to go get a roadworthy, and for that they might request a deposit. Do not put money down if they don't seem trustworthy. When the seller gets the roadworthy, have them send a copy of it over to you and check that the date and the VIN are correct. In our case, the bike already had a roadworthy, so we could proceed instantly. We transferred funds via a bank transfer. Often, if the sale is under 10k, I've found sellers will request cash. The seller then disposed of the bike into Jitten's name through his VicRoads account. The seller will require your license number for this. After that's done, you should write up a receipt and both have a copy of this. You can download a receipt template off the VicRoads website. The transfer is now almost complete. It takes around 24 hours before the bike will appear under your name. To complete the transfer, you will be asked to pay the transfer fees. You would already have checked that a valid roadworthy exists, and if it does, the transfer will automatically recognize this as the mechanic uploads it from their side. Congrats, the sale is done and the bike is under your name. Let's wind back time a bit and address how we're gonna get your new bike home. If you have zero motorcycling experience other than your learner's test, or are unlicensed, or you're not confident, I highly recommend getting your bike delivered. This could be trailering it yourself, seeing if the seller can meet you at your place with the bike before the transfer, or get an experienced mate to ride it home for you. I got my first bike dropped off by the seller in exchange for a slab of Coronas. Jitten here has asked me to ride the bike home for him. If you do plan on riding it home, remember to get it insured before you leave. And that, my friends, is how you purchase a second-hand bike off a private seller here in Victoria and/or Australia. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you on the next one.
You say you got them guns, but I've never seen you bang. You say you got them drugs, but I've never seen